Hello, Josh Stevens here, Head Geek at SolarWinds. When it comes to your network management strategy, one of the most important areas is in providing high availability or disaster recovery for the network management system itself. Now, a few of us would design networks, systems, or storage systems without actually having some high availability options and providing options for disaster recovery. When it comes to network management, sometimes we forget this step. Now, Orion actually has available a product called the Orion Failover Engine, or FoE. What FoE does is it allows you to have high availability and disaster recovery options for your Orion Network Performance Monitor and the entire Orion suite as a part of building a solid and strategic network management strategy. Now, the Orion Failover Engine automatically takes over both the website, the polling, the data collection, syslog traps, NetFlow, everything that Orion does automatically fails over in a failing state or an error state to this new server so that you're able to collect data and manage the network seamlessly. Let's go ahead now and I'll show you how the Orion Failover Engine works. We'll talk a little bit more about it.
As you probably know, the failure of a network management system can occur for many different reasons. The server hardware might fail, you might have processes or parts of the applications that fail, the OS could have an error, or the network could even go down that would make the NMS unable to contact the rest of the network, systems, applications, and storage resources that it's monitoring. And a network management system failure causes a loss of module data, it causes a loss of any of your pollers out there. Really, it causes you to have a real gap in your visibility of the performance and health of your network, both in real time and later on when you're looking at availability reporting and performance metrics for history, you'll have a big blank spot. The Orion Failover Engine actually makes it really easy to go in and set up full redundancy so that if any part of the Orion system were to fail, it would automatically fail over to the passive server and take over running that. It would emulate the IP address that the primary server had on it, so your users would be able to access the website with no disruption of service. It would actually be able to receive NetFlow and syslog and traps as well as doing the polling, and it's really quite seamless. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the setup looks on the product right now. Once you're in the Orion Failover Engine administrative screen here, or the Failover Manager, you'll be able to see the status of both your primary Orion server and your secondary or backup server. You'll also be able to see settings around how it's actually configured for each of the different applications it's backing up and what would happen in the event of a failure. You can also configure how you'll be able to determine if those applications have failed or not, what their current status is, and how you'd like to actually change what happens when we detect a problem with those applications. It makes it really simple, of course, to also receive alerting so you know that something has failed, and to set up rules so you can fail based upon performance metrics and not only based upon a true outage. Now, the Orion Failover Engine provides some advanced features around WAN compression so that you're able to actually compress the traffic that goes between the Orion server, the primary server, and the Failover Engine server, so that if you're doing disaster recovery or redundancy across the wide area network, you can have a minimal impact across that network in terms of bandwidth app usage and congestion. And of course, we show you the replication states of the data moving back and forth. Orion is able to replicate all of the local file system data that's used from one server to the other. For full system recovery, you'll want to leverage some SQL Server redundancy as well, either by leveraging a SQL Server cluster or by leveraging the Never Fail system, which actually offers SQL Server redundancy options within their application. And of course, Never Fail is a technology we rely on sort of behind the scenes here to make what you're looking at today work with the Orion Failover Engine. Now, if you have questions about the Orion Failover Engine, I'd recommend you contact our sales team at sales@solarwinds.com, or you can always email me, headgeek@solarwinds.com, and we can help you out here. But again, it's really around providing disaster recovery and system redundancy, fault recovery for your network management system to make sure that even during an outage, even if the Orion system were to crash, you lose a hard drive, or the network were to go down, you're still able to get real-time alerting and, of course, collect that data for historical analysis. Again, you can go to solarwinds.com for more information. Again, it's Josh Stevens here, Head Geek at SolarWinds. Thanks a lot and have a great day.